Hi, this is Krystal B.
Nicole Garcia.
And Kristine Rodriguez.
We're 3 millennial moms.
And longtime friends who met working in radio.
And we really partied in clubs together.
Now we're deep in our mom era.
But we're still popping bottles.
Hey,
this is Nightclubs to Night Feeds.
All right, we're back with another episode.
Hi.
And we're playing catch up.
Mustard.
And mustard.
Mustard on a beat.
Lots to catch up on, though.
Yeah,
Oh my
literally.
God.
So much.
The baby is babying.
Oh
The
my gosh, the
baby.
bump is out. The
Yeah.
bump is bumping.
Last time we were talking, I was like, I just can't wait to pop. And I'm like, it popped.
It
A bit popped.
It happened.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
happened.
It's so
And your
cute.
little bikini video with the full
I
bump
know.
out. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
I was surprised they still fit in like my bikinis. Like, you know, you have to
Yeah.
wear it
Oh, the
so
bottom.
low.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
belly can pop.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Yeah.
What's this second
Ugh.
trimester vibe? Like, where are you at?
You know, I was so excited for the second trimester because I was so exhausted the first trimester. I'm like,
Right.
I can't wait for
Mhm.
second trimester. I'm still exhausted.
Wait, are you still nauseous?
No.
Oh, thank
That
the
that
Lord.
still didn't last a long time in the first trimester.
Yeah.
I think it's just the exhaustion, and like this happened second trimester. Like, I know if I have a big day, like
Oh,
a Disney
yeah.
day, for example, or if
Uh-huh.
I'm on set working, the next day I'm wiped.
You're
Like,
done.
I need
Yeah.
2 days to recover from a day.
Yep.
Wow.
And so, like, I know when the weekend comes, like, we're doing stuff Friday evening, Saturday all day with the baby, Sunday all day with the baby. By Monday, I'm a noodle.
You're dead. Yeah.
And I, like,
A noodle.
this is how it's been going just from, like, weekend family activities, you know, and,
Yeah.
like, just trying to do stuff with Santiago.
Noodle.
Is like Monday, I'm drained. I'm so exhausted. Tuesday, I'm a little better. Wednesday, feeling like myself. Thursday, I'm like, hey, like this is lit, right?
Yeah.
And then Friday, it starts all over again. And I'm like,
Wow.
tight.
So what has your guys' schedule like? Okay, so being pregnant, working, and having Santi, what has your guys' schedule been like? How are you and Henry like breaking things up?
Yeah.
How's that going?
He's done really good at like knowing that, like he knows my cues. Like he knows when I'm overstimulated.
Mhm.
Like I say, JC, the whole Jesus Christ. Like I will be like, Jesus Christ. And he knows, like, if he's in his office, he like comes out immediately. So like he
Wow.
That's
knows
your code word.
that's
Jesus
my
Christ.
code word. Like, oh, like, you know, like the dog is doing, also the dog. Oh my God, the poor
yeah.
dog. Just like getting on my
Oh.
nerves. Like he's licking me. Santi, me, 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 me. Like, you know, it's like every single,
Yep.
everybody in the house is just, I'm
Touching
like, Jesus
you.
Christ. And Henry comes out and he's like,
To
okay.
the rescue.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I got him. Like, go do something. Like,
Yeah.
go to the room, take a nap,
Take a breather.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been really good at that. And like now on Saturday mornings, he automatically takes the baby to the park. So I get to
Nice.
sleep in.
Oh, that's
Amazing.
so nice.
And then like I'll text him when I wake up and he says, do you want us to come home or do you want me to go to my parents' house? Usually
Yep.
I'm like, go to your parents' house.
You know what? You
Yep.
chose a good man
Yep.
Yeah.
as your husband, as
That's
the
right.
as the father of your child, because that is like top tier. Like
Yeah.
that's like also like base.
Yes.
Of, like,
that's
how you
being a
support-
great partner,
Right.
being a supportive
And I
partner.
think
like,
this is like what the main thing is. I look down at my ring. This is not my real wedding ring. It's the one
Oh.
that fits me.
Oh
Because
my
in the
God.
first pregnancy, I had to get like
She
a
got a
bigger
rock?
fake one.
Yeah.
So it's like the Etsy one. I need to clean it.
Etsy comes through. Okay.
Etsy comes through
Yeah.
all pregnancy. Like I was wearing this. No, but he gets it, and he knows that also. It's like for my sanity, but also for the baby's well-being. You know,
Yeah,
like mom
yeah.
needs to be good for the baby's well-being, for
Right.
both of our well-being. It is for me, but he understands like there's a bigger picture. I am carrying our child.
Yep.
My stress does nothing good for a baby.
Right.
You know, so like
Yeah,
period, moms need to be taken care of
Facts.
for themselves and for the baby that they're carrying.
Yep.
Wait, you love taking baths. You can't take a bath,
Girl,
right? Or
You
can
can
you?
take one, but not hot.
I can, but I don't let myself. So I
Got
know
it.
I'm not taking baths because I want it scorching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just don't even trust myself. Like the last pregnancy, I was like, oh, well, I could still take a bath. And I realized like, this water's probably way too damn hot. And I even got the little like thermometer that you could throw in there.
Yeah.
Henry got it for me. I'm like, this is like lukewarm. No.
It's like 100 degrees. She's
Yeah.
like, no.
We need our skin melting off.
Yeah,
Usually.
so that
Most
will-
women are like that, I feel.
Yeah, please burn me.
That will be something that I come back to postpartum,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
can't wait. But other than the exhaustion, good. I do not have a short cervix yet. Thank goodness.
That's
Like
amazing.
that started at week 21 in my last pregnancy. So we had that appointment at week 22 to get measured, and I'm good. And then we had it a few weeks later, and I'm thriving. So I'm like, it's so
Amazing.
weird how each pregnancy is really so different.
And you've been doing a lot of PT this
Yes.
pregnancy.
Yes.
Were you doing
Well,
PT last
I
pregnancy?
was,
Okay.
but all pelvic floor PT because they didn't want to do any like physical exercises with me because of my short cervix.
Oh.
So I'm able to do more now because they don't have a short cervix.
Wait,
So that's
Got
amazing.
it.
question. What does PT look like then for you?
So PT is a lot of pelvic floor work that started at week 25.
Okay.
And now, which I didn't do last time, it's a lot of breath work. Which,
Yeah, can you get
Oh,
into
that's
the pelvic
right,
floor
yes.
therapy? Because I am still terrified.
Okay,
But I thought it was because like they have their hands in you the whole time. Is that not the case?
it is.
Okay,
That's all
okay,
pelvic floor therapy.
okay, got it,
Yeah,
okay. Got
but
it.
the breath
Dang
work is like everything else.
But
But it's not pelvic floor therapy. So basically, because my back gave out in my first pregnancy and I wasn't able to crunch up and push, like
Right.
Henry literally had to stand behind me and crunch me when the doctor said, like, we're going to push. I told my PT, like, my physical therapist, I would really love if that didn't happen this time.
Right.
And I think it happened because I've had scoliosis, like, basically my whole life. And my back is really weak just in general. And so this PT is like, well, we need to work on your core to strengthen because your core gave out. And so your back gave out. So we need to work on core and back. And we're doing all of that with breath work, which is wild to me because I've been an athlete like my whole life.
Literally.
And if I'm thinking of like core work and back work, I'm thinking like we're lifting, we're doing some kind of like weights or like the stretching bands, crunches. And I told her like I can never do crunches because they hurt my back. To do a
Yeah.
crunch on the floor hurts my scoliosis. So yeah, my core is never like where I want it to be for that reason. She's like, we're gonna do all breath work, and you could do this laying down, you could do this sitting, and it's like it's been a little challenging for me because I've never got into breath work like that.
Yeah.
But she's like patient with me, and she gives me like good examples. Like imagine there's two headlights right here, and when you breathe in, the headlights are turning in. So like I'm literally visualizing these things to make
Yeah.
happen, and also these are tools that I will be using during labor
Right.
Yeah.
to help me.
Yeah.
And postpartum to
And
like get the
postpartum.
abs back, like
Right.
and all that stuff.
I know I told her, I'm like, girl, I'm going to have a six pack.
Let's
I
go.
know.
Baby's
that's
going to come up. I'm like,
amazing.
six pack.
That's
Baby's gonna have a
amazing.
six pack too.
I feel like the abs are the hardest thing to like for me. Like I just went back to Pilates.
Let's go.
You guys know I was doing boxing for a little
Yay.
bit. Then come to find out, I have I was having all these migraine issues and postpartum. I never had migraine issues before having Poppy.
We
And now
haven't
I
discussed
have
any
these
of that on the
migraine-
show.
Right.
Yes.
Are you
yes.
okay to discuss that?
Yes, I'm okay
Okay.
to discuss it. So I have a bunch of crazy things happening postpartum, one of which is getting crazy migraines. And
Can you
come
explain
to find out,
your postpartum period is now how long?
my postpartum, Poppy's 4 now. So yeah.
But
Yeah,
I just
all
want to
these
paint
years
that
later.
picture because I feel like so many people are like, oh, postpartum is like 3 months or like whatever your
Yes.
leave is
Right.
or a
Tripping.
year max. Like postpartum is a long freaking time.
It is.
Yeah.
And
You
your
have a
body is
4-year-old,
still- I know.
And your body is still adjusting
I know.
because these issues, you didn't have them prior.
Yeah, they did it. So what I came to find out with the neurological thing was I had a little bit of it previous to getting pregnant, but I think after having Poppy, apparently it just like exacerbated it. You know, it's like things swell more, things move around, like
Right.
things change. And so
There's
for
also a lot of
me-
blood flowing in your body.
Yes.
Just extra blood.
Yes. So now I have, which sounds fake and ridiculous. I have exercise, basically exertion-induced migraines. So
Exertion-induced migraines.
So it's like when a lot of blood is pumping
Yes.
and
So
flowing.
your girl is stressed.
yes.
And
so
anxious.
well, I don't get the first time it happened was during sex.
Let's go.
So
Wait, no,
that
go.
was unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
That's funny. Your body reacted the wrong way.
You know, my husband thought he was killing me. It's fine. But
Oh.
it's now I know that I cannot do crazy workouts.
Yeah.
So that's a learning
She's
from
putting
all this.
in that work.
Oh my God. Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
You're welcome, Drew.
She's like, it happened during sex, so now I know I can't do crazy workouts.
Can't get too crazy now, okay?
She's like, whoops. Almost gave myself a brain aneurysm.
That is really what I text you guys.
I know. We were
whole thing.
terrified. And like,
you guys
we're
thought
laughing.
I was going to like have a stroke. It was a whole crazy
Yeah, we're
time.
laughing now, but like it was very scary.
It was not funny a while ago. So now that is it. And so basically I'm doing Pilates now because it's kind of like slower, longer type of things, or like slow move, like little movements instead of like going for a run, or like I was doing HIIT workouts before boxing. Like I can't be doing those like crazy things or like working out when it's too hot. So that's a learning. Then the other thing, which all of you guys know, including all of our listeners, the mastitis ongoing saga.
Right. 4 years later.
4 years mastitis is crazy.
So basically they found out that like it has definitely been in my body pretty consistently for like a year and a half. And because of that, like getting all the tests from all the neurological stuff going on, knowing that I had the mastitis, I've done so many blood tests, and basically all the blood tests are fully normal except for the fact that like my white cell blood count is a little bit up and my platelets are up, and it's because my body's been trying to fight off this infection forever.
Wow.
So like, what was it? A few days ago, I went in and I got the abscess drained because they've tried to get rid of it with a few rounds of antibiotics, and the antibiotics kind of did nothing. I had times, or like how I knew I had it was because some of the liquid was coming out a little bit and it was like turning red and hot. Ooh. So anybody listening, like if it gets to the point of like red and hot, that is like infection, like 911, you need to go to the hospital.
Wow.
So when that happened, I did, and they gave me the antibiotics. It didn't fully take it away. So what has happened is that instead of like one abscess, it's kind of branched off into like a spider web of a bunch of smaller pockets. And again, apparently women can get this postpartum, and so they drained it, and it was painful. And I thought like they were like, well, we're going to do it with an ultrasound. We're not going to put you under. We're just going to stick a needle in there, and we're going to numb you with lidocaine, which is like
no big deal.
No big deal. And I said, I'm sorry. Like women, this is just me thinking like all the things that we've heard about women's healthcare and stuff, like you're going to do this and I don't think that you know that this is going to hurt.
Right.
And so I said, it's going to hurt.
Or they do,
though.
and it's just not their priority.
Yes. I go, it's going to hurt. He's like, well, we'll numb the outside with lidocaine. And I said, what about the inside? Because the inside is so tender. Even when my daughter accidentally like hits her head, or like I'm getting ready, sometimes it's tender, you know? So basically he was like, well, we've never had anyone complain about it. I'm like,
girl,
I feel like if you're sticking a needle through that
you're
thing.
like, well, I'm the first. So what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Because I just asked.
Do I need to like smoke a little joint before I go? Because
right,
what are we talking about?
Yeah.
So basically he was like, either we do it this way or like we have to put you under for surgery. So then I was like, all right, let's try the ultrasound. I've given birth to a child. I think I could do it. So they did numb the outside. It did hurt when they hit. I could tell immediately when they hit the mass, and I was like, and I'm like trying not to move, obviously, because he has the needle inside of me, and I'm fully awake, and I just have my headphones on. I'm just trying to like zone out. Jack Johnson is like my calmness music, and so I was listening to that and like trying to zone out, and he goes, I'm sorry, it does hurt. And I said, yes, it does. It just feels like a needle going through your nipple. Like that's what it feels like. So he's like, we're almost done. And then they took it out and the pain was gone. And then they did like a biopsy, which I'm still waiting on that stuff, just to make sure that it is what they think it is, which is just like
a mass,
like just with nothing, and just like mastitis. So
wow,
it's been a whole journey on that.
Also the fact that like this is what, like, people think women get pregnant and it's like, oh, they're pregnant, they had a baby, the end. What?
I know.
Needle in the nipple. Like,
I was just telling Zaire last night, I was like, every time a woman gives birth, she's right at the corner of life and death.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every woman is putting herself at risk of death every single time she gives birth. So you think it's just having a baby. Oh, it was one time we had fun during sex. No. Like I'm right there, life and death.
Yeah.
And then also 4 years later, look at what's happening. Girl.
You can imagine what my TikTok algorithm is.
Yeah.
And like I need to like not like them. Like like not interested because it's terrifying.
Yeah.
But also I had a friend who recently gave birth and she was sharing her experience with me, and it was really scary. And it was really hard. And I'm like, you just never know. You can prepare as much as you want. Like even with my birth and Santi needing to be like vacuum extracted, and I'm doing all of the PT and everything now, so we can hopefully that doesn't happen, and my doctors are very sure that it won't because it's number 2 and this and this and this. You could try all you want though. You are not going to know until you get there.
Literally.
You are not going to know. My friend had to do an emergency C-section last minute after being in labor for multiple days, pushing for hours, and still had to go down that road. And, you know, I would love to not get a C-section, but at the end of the day, it's like, what is going to get the baby here healthy and
safest,
safe?
Right.
Yeah.
But there's also women who have euphoric experiences.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah. And I'm like, really, something that you said, Nicole, like stuck with me. And it was like, you, and I think it was Stephanie Beatrice on her episode where she was like, she felt like she was communicating with the baby.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like that my first pregnancy. And I'm really trying to, like, now that we've had these guests who share their pregnancy and like you've shared yours, I'm really trying to like manifest that and take myself there versus being scared. Because the first one I was just, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm terrified. I'm scared. I have no clue what's going to happen. And now I'm like, okay, this one we're going to try to like go in a little different. And that's the energy that I'm going to try to have until it all goes to shit.
You're no, not the end part. But I think you're low key, high key in your spiritual bag right now, the way that you're doing your breath work, because that is going to help you so much during
and that's
labor.
something that I've never been introduced to. So I'm like this is new. And I love that it's new because the last time I wasn't doing or using these tools and look at, you know, the hard time that I had. So I'm like really hoping, really trying to be positive. And I'll like tell my husband like this time it's going to be like so different and all good. And he's like, I know he's terrified because I mean, he witnessed everything and he's like, okay.
You know what's funny?
You know how Henry is about blood and all
that. Right. Yeah. But something I did want to say, though, that you just made me remember is, so for those who don't know, who are just tuning in for the first time, I give birth unmedicated in a pool of water. So when I would go to my appointments ahead of time, you know, when I was interviewing midwives, I was like, how do you deal with pain management? And she was like, getting in the water. And I was like, cool. All right, water. But then as I was like still going, like asking more questions, she's like, pain management is going in the water and breathing. Because I decided I'm not getting, what is it? The needle, what is it called? Epidural. I didn't get it. And I knew I wasn't going to get an epidural. So I still wanted to manage pain because we got to be real. Like no, she said breathing. She said water and also the sounds that you make. Because your vocal cords are directly connected to your like vaginal everything down there. So everything is connected. So I was like, okay, so I'm using like unconventional ways of pain, dealing with pain during labor with like breathing and sounds and water.
And I'm not there because I'm getting that epidural.
But like low key, but you are getting there though.
I know. Like,
but like, get the epidural.
I'm down to use all of the tools, more of the tools now. But I will say to the water point, I was just telling Kristine before we started filming that it is summer. And so like being pregnant and exhausted, like later in the day, she's like, what do you do? I'm like, yesterday I took Santi to the pool. And I'm like, we're getting in the pool because at least I could just be plopped in there. He's having fun. He's splashing. And honestly, I was in the pool like, this feels really good because your weight is like poof, gone. And like by the end of the day, I just feel so heavy. And I was like trying to explain this to my husband, like walking up the stairs. I am struggling because I just feel that heaviness. And I felt that water healing yesterday in the pool. I'm like, wow, like really just floating here. Feels fantastic.
Wait, speaking of water and swimming and all that stuff, it's summer. So can we talk about what everybody's doing with like swim lessons? Krystal, I know you used to be a swim instructor.
Girl.
Is Santi a pro yet or?
Girl. That's what like my husband's like, you should be swimming by now because you're a swim instructor. I'm like, it is so, and like this is the thing. That was my mentality too. Like I used to teach mommy and me classes. I've been a swimmer all my life, basically. And I'm like, I got this. He's going to be such a good swimmer. Here's the thing though. Here is the thing.
These kids don't want to listen? Is that the thing?
When it's your child,
Oh, yeah.
Your child is like, this is just mom.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I ain't listening to mom.
Yep.
When it's an instructor, however, they feel a little bit of intimidation. And I was talking to my sister about this because my nephew now knows how to swim.
Yeah.
He's been in swim lessons since last year. And she's like, he's so good. But his instructor, she's like, why would you do that? Like, she's very on him, stern. And she's like, that's what he needs. Like, I watched this happening in the pool. My sister's like, I got to be more stern with, I got to be strict. Like, he listens to her. Wow. He snaps into it. But I'm like, yes, but also because she's not his mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, mom.
Yeah. Like, Santi likes jumping off the stair right now into my hands. And I'm like, okay, I'll take you, jump off, and then we'll go swim. Right. And I'm like, patea, patea, patea. He's like, no, más brinca, más brinca. And I'm like, this dude, like, I get it now. Like, it needs to be somebody else that's not mom or dad.
Yeah.
Because he don't want to listen to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And for Latinos not listen, or people listening who doesn't know what that means, it means
more jumping.
More jumping.
He's like, I don't want to swim.
Right. I don't want to
I'm telling him, like, kick, kick, kick. I'm like, okay, jump into my hands. Right. And then now let's go in the pool. And I'm like, you know, like, ooh, like, como Buzz Lightyear. And like that. And then he's like, no, yo quiero brincar. I'm like, come on, you're like Buzz. And he's like, no, I just want to jump. And I'm like, yeah, I get it now. I get it now. And I was so like, I'm not getting a swim instructor because I'm going to do it because I am a swim instructor. And I'm like,
psych. I have to get a swim instructor now.
Yeah.
Because I really want him to know how to swim.
Oh, yeah. Mandatory.
Mandatory, yeah.
Like more ASAP than not, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, if he's not going to listen to me, what we got to do?
Yeah. Right. Poppy's big thing is she thinks she knows how to swim already.
That's scary.
She'll say, like, Mom, I'll be like, you do not know how to swim without a floaty. Remember that. Every time we get in the pool, I tell her that. She's like, I do know how to swim, Mommy, and then I have to save her every time. And
that's
because
scary.
she jumps, you know, but I keep working with her on coming back up to the surface, just bringing her head above the surface, swimming to the stairs. Like, it's every time, you know, once a week I'm trying to do that with her. But I do need to, like, go. We try doing a class.
You need to let her drown for a little bit.
I do. I have, And
because
she, like,
yesterday...
coughs. Yeah, I do let her drown.
Also...
Do y'all see my face?
Also, how are they going to learn?
Just like
with anything a child does.
Oh, danger. Yeah. I have, because she is fearless like that. Yeah. And so then she'll be like, and then she's coughing. She's like, Mommy. I'm like, I told you cannot swim, girl.
No, Santi learned real quick yesterday because he does like jumping off that stair. But as a toddler, wants to do everything on his own. Right. He didn't want to jump to my hand. So he goes on the other side of the pool. And he's like smiling like, I'm going to jump right here. I said, no más con mami. And he goes, boop, right there. And I let him. I gave him like 5 seconds. I told Henry, felt like the longest 5 seconds of my life. And he's like this. And I bring him out and he's not even scared. He's like,
no.
He's like, cuidado, Santiago. And I'm like, te dije que cuidado, Santiago, nomás brinca con mami.
Let's go, Latina mom.
Let's go. And I let you drown, okay?
Did he do it again?
Nah.
Yes, he did. But I will say this. It's just like anything with a toddler. They're going to test it. So he said, cuidado, Santiago. And he stayed in the area with me, like, for probably a good 30 minutes. And then it was like, well, let me try it again now. Because, like,
let him drown
we've been doing good. I let him drown again. Yes.
Okay, wait. As a swim instructor, what is the max amount of time that we're supposed to, like...
I mean...
I let Poppy, like, 1 second. I'm scared.
I mean, it probably wasn't 5 seconds, but it felt like a long time. But I'm right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like, I could see him move. He's not, like... Like, he's not struggling for, like, not breathing. So...
Okay, wait. Like,
they still have air in their lungs.
Disclaimer. Do not try this at home. Disclaimer.
Do not try this at home and you know your child.
Right.
Yes, like, be there with your child. But also, how are they going to learn? Like, it's a joke. Like, oh, my parents taught me by throwing me in. Low key, like how do a lot of people learn? It's
true.
By that. And so I also don't want him to think that I could just jump in the water as Poppy's doing and mom is just always going to be there to save me.
Yeah.
Right. Because I hope I am. I hope I will always be there, but that is not always the case.
Yeah. And even sometimes when you go to swim, like I went to swim lessons at Poppy's age at like 4. And I did not fully know how to swim. And I did almost drown when I was like 7 or 8. One of my grandfathers was watching me. He had Parkinson's and he could not move quick enough to get me. And so somebody ended up jumping. I was in the middle of the pool. But my whole thing at that age was like I can kind of swim. So I would like go around the edge, like holding the edge. And so I know, like, even sometimes with the swim lessons, like, you still have to work on it with them.
You have to, year after year, you have to. Yeah. So is Poppy in lessons or no?
Not right now. We took her to an Aquatots last year, and she hated it. Yeah. She hated it mostly because some of the swim classes do it by age and some of them do it by skill set. And so the one that we had taken her to try was by skill set. And so there was like a 5-year-old. This is when she was like 3.5. So like a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, like all different ages. And she was the youngest. And I felt like it wasn't as hands-on for her as it could have been because she is daring and she will just jump. And so the whole time I'm like behind the glass, like, oh God. Like,
I would definitely say, like, if you can do a one-on-one.
That's what I was just about.
Yeah. Is that
that's
what
we're doing? Okay.
Yeah. So at somebody's house?
Yes. So one of my girlfriends, her son is like 18 months. And so we were just talking recently. I'm like, I got to put Saint in swim lessons. She's like, me too. Let's use my pool. Her pool is also half salt, half chlorine, which is much better for a baby's skin too.
How does that happen?
Yeah, girl, I don't know. But it's
half.
I didn't know you could do half, but that's amazing.
Yeah, you can do actually more than half, I think. So it's better for a baby's skin too because it like absorbs everything.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I know an instructor. She's like, just do it at my house. So it is one-on-one. So the instructor does her son first for 30 minutes. Then she does Saint for the next 30 minutes. Nice. Saint, like at first, he wanted to play because he thought it was play. So he wanted to jump in when her son was doing it. And so we just like held off to the side. When it was his turn, he was like, I don't know this lady, but I was like, it's okay. Like, this is the teacher. This is Miss So-and-so, whatever her name was. And so at first he thought it was just play, but then he like, oh, this is actually like, we're doing it. And he was like halfway, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want my mama. And I was like in like the pool area and I'm like, I can't be in the pool area. I have to go behind the gate.
That's what I was going to say. Were you sitting by the pool?
Yeah. So she has she put up a gate around it. So I was inside the gate next to the pool. And so he kept wanting to come to me. To Krystal's point though, I had to remove myself because he wanted to come to mama, but he kept doing it. And he was honestly, he excelled at it, and to the point where the instructor was like, he's far exceeding, but he also, this boy loves bath time, loves being in the water, like he like the shows that he watched, it's like some swim stuff, so he kind of like picks up already. But so far he's hit or miss. Like he likes it and then he doesn't like it, but it's important, we have to get it. And even Zaire was like, do we need to do it now? And definitely. I was like, hell yes. This summer and next summer and maybe even the summer after that, just like a refresher, because
I know,
I've heard too many horror stories.
We could teach her.
No.
And I'm like, I have been working with her, but I'm like, I do agree that like she needs another authority figure to help her get to that. And I think the reason she didn't like Aquatots was because it was a male instructor, and I think she's way more comfortable with female instructors. So how has it been? Because I was talking to my cousin who has her daughter in a home pool situation too. I was thinking we could like piggyback like that.
Yes.
Are the kids like fully, because I'm worried that Poppy's going to be like, Eva, and like want to be in the pool with her. Like, did they get over that? Like, how does that
he did want, but I just distracted him with some toys.
Okay.
But I 100%, like to Krystal's point, is like I would much rather do one-on-one because it makes me nervous. If I'm behind a glass and it's like a group setting with the kids, I don't trust that. So it's one person in charge of multiple kids. Like, I don't know. That just makes me a little bit nervous.
I think it's not like a safety nervous. They're just not going to be getting the full lesson that they should be getting in that 45 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever. Because I've done those too as an instructor. I've done those where I had like 6 kids and it's like this kid's doing that, this kid's doing that, and it's like this kid needs more attention, but then that kid's, so it's like it does suck, and it's like 30 minutes goes by fast. Especially in the water. It's like y'all didn't learn anything. This kid maybe learned like a little bit, but y'all didn't.
Right. So, and 30 minutes for one kid actually is a long time. 15 minutes in, I can tell he was exhausted. He was kicking straight for 15 minutes. He was exhausted. So he's
30 minutes. Like my nephew did the like intense, like it's like 10 minutes or something every day for something like 6 weeks. Every single day they're in the water for 6 weeks, and it's to learn how not to drown, basically. So he knows how to like flip his face up and like float and all that kind of stuff. And
Superman,
my brother.
starfish.
Is that what it is?
Well, it's like Superman this way and then starfish.
Okay, yeah. So he's same age as Saint, and he just finished that. I think he did that like a few months ago. But yeah, it's like this super intense thing. But even the 10 minutes a day, he was obviously learning and like can do that. I think after that, though, I think you still have to do some lessons because they're not really teaching them how to swim. I think they're just teaching him how not to drown.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know, so,
which is what we teach first. Like what I'm mostly trying to teach is like kicking a little bit, but really floating. Like if you know how to float, you're not going to let yourself go down.
Yeah. Wow, that's so important.
Fun summer stuff.
Yeah.
And like Henry's on me about it because we have a pool and it's heated, and he's like, we could have been doing this like all year, and I'm like, shh.
You mean I would?
I would have been doing this all.
Right.
Like,
what do you mean?
God forbid I have to get my hair wet for a 30-minute swim class every day, right? I'm like, no.
Wait, also, you guys, my son is 3 now. And I remember when we first started this podcast, Saint was like a year and a half. Poppy was 3. And I remember for the first time hearing threenager, and like cut back to my reaction to threenager, both of our reactions.
Yeah.
Girl, the threenager is real. He's rolling his eye. Like who
rolling
taught
eyes?
him how to roll his eyes? He's rolling his eyes. He's saying, "Don't talk to me like that," or like, "No, mom." Remember one time, a couple times, he was crying, and I was like, "Puppy," or like whatever happened. And I was like, "Well," trying to like low key distract him a little bit. I'm like, "Why don't you pick up your toys?" He goes, "Mama, I'm crying." I'm like.
He's like, "Can I have a minute, lady?"
Yeah, I'm crying, Mama.
See me? I'm busy.
I can't. I'm crying.
Oh
like,
my God.
All right. So I'm seeing the threenager stuff, and I'm like, okay. He runs his house.
Yes. And you know what? I feel like girls get such a bad rap for the attitude thing.
No, girl.
Being a girl and like having a girl, I feel like that's such like a stigma. But boys have it too. It's like threenagers is real across boys and girls. It is a real thing. Like, the attitude is next level.
Right.
Especially when they're talking so much.
He talks, he talks so, he's in the bathtub. He's like, "Mama, look, this truck has buoyancy." Like the way that he's talking and learning, and like all day, his sentences are just so fluid, English and Spanish. So this boy is like.
Santiago, on the learning tip, like he's not even 2.5 yet. And he's learning about cephalopods right now.
Cephalopods.
Obsessed.
I'm sorry, what
cephalopod phase.
38.
Obsessed.
What is that? What is that?
He's obsessed. So now I'm learning about the cephalopods. It's an octopus. Pulpo.
Yeah.
So he's learning because of the Tonys. We have
the
octopus,
she's
the cephalopod.
I love
the Australian lady.
No, wait. I thought it's a Latina.
No, I have an Australian lady narrating. It's the National Geographic.
Okay.
Send me the link for that.
There's another set that's like it's the blue like cube ones.
I'm gonna have to get that too.
And it's a Latina photographer that is narrating it, who does the octopus stories.
Okay, so this one is a lady from Australia going to the aquarium. She dives. She's telling you everything she sees. Yeah. And it's a National Geographic one, and it's his favorite one.
Oh my God, I've been thinking about getting Poppy
It's a Tony.
Okay,
yes, he loves it.
I need to get that
and too. So he doesn't know a lot of English because we are all Spanish in the house, other than his Tonys, and this is his favorite one. So now he's like, cephalopod. Cephalopod.
With his little accent.
Yes. And then like they have a whole little, it's like little chapters, right? They have a little chapter on melanin. So he's like, melanin, and he's learning all about melanin.
So Latino.
And I'm like, what? We're learning about cephalopods, and I'm listening. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like all these little fun facts I'm learning about cephalopods.
It's the best. I'm like, Drew always is like, you're listening? I'm like, yes, I'm listening.
Yes.
I'm like, he just tunes it out, and I'm like listening to all the little factoids that pop up.
Yeah.
The Toniebox is so helpful for language. Like, I think all 3 of our kids have benefited extremely from the language that is used, because it's a lot of like narrating and stuff, and they're not talking to babies, they're talking like adults, and I think these kids hear like some of these little facts, and they'll pick up on those certain
and
little
they love
words.
being in control, and they get to control which Tonys they put on, and I think that's like a big factor. Because the times that we do let him watch TV, he wants to have control, and we're like, no, we're not giving you the remote.
Right.
Like, you want to have control, you go Toniebox. And so like it's his world.
Yep.
Yeah.
You put on whatever you want to put on when you want to put on, and like that's his thing.
That's your time.
So
it's part of a routine for us in our house, because same to the like we don't really put the TV. I mean, when Zaire watches Saint, it's like the TV automatically goes on, but no shade.
Right now with the World Cup, it's all football on the TV, so soccer is on.
Yeah, but no, for us, it's like when just like me and Saint, like I barely turn the TV on, so it's like he already knows it's Tony time. He'll choose from his little bucket of whichever one he wants to put on. He puts as loud and as low or whatever. It's like the cutest thing. So shout out to Toniebox.
Do you guys want to know something so insane?
Yes. Did you record yourself?
No.
Oh, okay.
I added up the amount of money that over the years we've spent on Tony's, and
300, 500, 1,000, 2,000,
More than 1,000.
5,000.
Or like I think at like $1,100 or $1,200 on Tony's.
Like low key, they're like a little expensive.
They are. They're like $20, but it's like it really does. It only sucks when they like don't like that one. Like you buy it and then they're like, oh, I don't like all the music or like
but
whatever.
Tony's does an exchange program.
Yes, they do.
What?
And
Tell me
I'm
about
also
it.
part of a Tony's group on Facebook where that people resell or trade, or they have them at events like that big family day. They'll have it where you can trade in the Tony's.
That's where they have the trade in.
Yeah, so that's a benefit because they are kind of pricey, but when your kid loves one, like that $20 is going a long way.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I want to start a new fun segment.
Okay.
When we're just doing like our episodes of funny Mom-ents of the week.
Funny Mom-ents.
Okay, because these kids are crazy, and I think. Okay, wait. I want to start because I've.
Yes. Okay, what is your funny moment of this week?
Okay, so our toddler cussing little segment that we did with Jess Marie Garcia.
Oh, yes.
The people love it, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so that is what we're talking. Toddler cussing 2.0 over here. Poppy, my mom, it's always the grandmas. I don't know about you guys, but the grandmas be cussing, okay?
Literally.
So my mom, Poppy was at her house, they went somewhere to go eat or something like that. My mom was like, that's a big-ass cockroach. And Poppy's just like quiet. She just looks at my mom. She's like, because, she's into like insects and animals. And she's like, oh, Nana, what does an ass cockroach do if you touch it? She thought an ass cockroach was like its scientific name. Okay?
She's like, I have not heard of ass cockroach.
I have not heard of an ass cockroach. My mom just starts laughing hysterically. I'm like, oh my God. So she texts us. I'm like, of course. So I'm thinking like she probably forgot about it because she thinks it has something to do with the cockroach.
Right.
Then like a week later, we're drawing and she's like, Mommy, can you draw a dragon? I draw the dragon. She's coloring it. And she holds it up and she's like, Mommy, do you love my ass dragon?
Oh,
I just like literally cannot breathe. I'm like, yes, baby. What if like it had a longer name? What if like ass was like short for like Cassandra?
Oh my God.
I was gonna ask, how do you redirect that?
That was my spur of the moment.
She's gonna meet a Cassandra in school and be like, ass.
Ass.
Let's call you ass. I have a
Ass.
nickname. Yeah.
That's funny.
So
Shout out to all the
That's not funny if you're Cassandra.
I know.
It's not funny if you're Cassandra. And so I'm trying not to laugh. Drew was like not paying attention. And I walked to the other room. I'm like, dude, just hear what happened. I tell him he's dying. I'm like, okay, we're just going to be over here when we need to laugh. I go back in the room and she goes, Mommy, my ass dragon. I said, okay, maybe it's a fire dragon. That looks like it breathes fire. Like it's really a fire dragon. And
Trying
she
to
goes,
divert.
Yeah, divert again because
Right.
it's clearly not working. And she's like, no, Mommy, if it's an ass dragon, it breathes ass.
Not breathing ass.
Breathing
No.
ass?
I was like, there's no redirecting this. I've already tried. I just need to drop the subject and never talk about this
just
damn
hope
dragon
that she
again.
forgets about it.
Well, it's a good thing that TK's over this year because otherwise she would have been already
preschool. She's starting TK.
Girl, TK and preschool is the same shit, or else I don't know the difference yet.
I think her teacher would literally have a stroke if she said the word ass in class. Her teacher is so like, I feel very.
if she said the word ass in
like,
class, all the kids are gonna be saying ass in class. You're gonna get a call,
Right.
Miss.
Please God.
Like, why are you teaching your child ass dragon?
What are you guys doing at home?
Okay,
Ass
but
dragon breathing ass.
on
Funny
that
moment.
tip of a funny moment, I was telling you this, Kristine, but my husband is not Mexican. But now,
Yes.
since our child is Mexican, he uses Mexican slang with him, and he thinks it's cool that like he could say like Yahweh because
Yeah.
Colombians don't say that.
Right.
So even like when Santi was a baby crying, he'd be like Yahweh. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm Mexican and I don't even like we don't even
Say
talk
that,
like
yeah.
that. It's just
Yeah.
like him being silly.
Yeah.
So Santiago is now talking very much and repeating very much. So we were doing something, we were getting him ready for bed and he's squirming, he's wiggling, and he goes, Yahweh. And Santiago goes, Yahweh. And we just look at each other and we already know, like, don't laugh, even though it's so funny and cute. Like, I wanted to laugh because you set yourself up for this one.
Wow.
Like, he been saying Yahweh
Yep.
since he was born, and now this dude can say it back to you.
So does he say it on his own now?
So literally 5 minutes after that, he was telling him, like, stop jumping on the bed. Like, we get him ready in our bed and then take him to his crib. He's like, stop jumping on the bed. Let's go to Mimi's. And he goes, Yahweh to Henry, like, fired it, like, knew exactly how and when, like, used it properly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my gosh. Henry just looks at me like, I like Yahweh. That's what you get.
That's all you right there.
Yeah.
And you can't laugh.
No, but
because
it was
if you laugh,
funny.
then they'll do it again and again and again.
Yep.
I told my mother-in-law, who's Colombian, the next day, and she was dying. She was dying. She's like, that's actually really funny. So now it's like here and there, and we try to not react.
Yeah.
But it's safe to say Henry has not continued with the Yahweh. No more.
He's like, done. I got it.
Yeah. Hope, and that's one of those things we hope he forgets now.
Right.
And it's like, we'll see.
Nikki, what's yours?
Okay, so for me, it's like funny, but also like he almost got in trouble for it because he got scolded. Right, he got scolded by Zaire.
Both of ours are also borderline.
Yeah, borderline. Yeah.
Should they be in trouble or should we be laughing?
Right. I don't remember what Saint was doing, but he was getting scolded by Zaire. I think he was jumping on the couches. So Zaire was like, "Don't jump on the couches, get down." And so Saint goes, "Dada, don't talk to me like that." And we're both like, what?
Wow.
Where did he hear this? So Zaire and I are looking at each other and we're like, and then Zaire goes, "Where did you learn that?" And he goes, "I'm saying it." And he goes, "Okay, well, let's not say that to Dada." And he was like, ugh.
Not an eye roll.
Literally, he sighed and he did like the dramatic, and he walked away. God. And he walked away to his like little couch. And me and Zaire were like, what do we do?
Just happened?
And then Zaire like went over to him and was like, "Hey, so then he like goes into like dad mode, like he's calm. He's like, let's not say that, because he was also like, what are we saying to this?
Yeah.
And he said it a couple times since then, but we're just like, where is he learning? Like the threenager thing is so real, because also like low key, I manifested this because like I want a child to challenge me.
Yes,
I don't want someone that's just like scared of me and scared of Zaire.
Yes.
Right? No, and I'm like,
yes.
All right.
Yeah. Sometime when Poppy says that, that'll be the quick thing we finish on. I will tell her something like, you know, mommy asked you here we go. Okay, finishing on this, but when Poppy says stuff like that, I will say things like, mommy asked you 3 times very, very nicely and kindly, and since you were not listening, mommy had to turn on the stern voice to ask you because you're not being safe.
Oh, that's good.
And then she has nothing to say.
Turn on the stern voice.
Let's go. I like when you said we're turning off our voices.
Oh, yes. We were talking about the continuous talking. Yeah, we're going to turn off our voices. Lately, I've been telling her, because sometimes when I reach that overstimulation thing, I've been saying, mommy does not want to tell you to stop talking. I don't want to say that. I don't want you to say that to me. That's not a nice thing to say. I said, so instead we can say, hold, please. And we'll give each other just a second, because sometimes our brains get a little bit overwhelmed. And so if you're feeling like that when mommy's talking, you can say that. And if I'm feeling like that, I'll tell you that. And then we just give ourselves a moment and we take a breath and then we can keep going.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Saint kind of does that too. If I'm like telling him to do something, he's like, hold on, mommy, I'm just finishing this drawing. Okay.
Yep.
And then I'm like, because I did that to him.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah, it's nice.
They learn from us.
Yeah,
They literally learn from us.
Exactly.
Really quick on Threenager, since now you both are talking about it, for some food for thought. I will be having a Threenager with a 3-month-old. And I will leave that there.
Wow.
I will leave that.
We will wish
wait
you the
for
best of
wait
luck.
for that update episode.
Wow.
Hey, mamas. Thanks for watching.
Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and check out all of our other episodes.
Find us at Nightclubs to Night Feeds. That's Nightclubs, the number 2, and then Night Feeds. And we'll catch you on the next episode.